Hey guys, Monster here. Been a little bit, but figured I would bring you a EDC update for the first one of 2023. As I'm filming it, it is January 8th, 2023. Sorry if that's hard to see. I went back to my G-Shock, and it's a little bit hard to see in the daytime because it's a black background for the time. But I think I'm gonna go back to the G-Shock just because I like it a lot more than, of course, the color. Just kick things off. I got a new phone for the new year. Decided to go with the 21 Ultra, and I'm just rocking this green case by Covasia. I don't know the brand. I've never used them before. Never heard them before. I just looked up green cases on Amazon. It's okay. I've had the phone less than a week through a one of those extendable pop thingies on it. Sorry, the table's dirty. It's been sitting outside. One of these pop socket things. The jury's still out on it. I don't know how I quite feel about it. It does catch on my pocket, getting it in and out. So again, the jury's still kind of out on it, but I'm trying it out. It's different. Trying it out for the new year. Gonna try a whole new carry system a little bit for the new year, and I'll explain that as we go. Boring stuff. Wallet, just a Carhartt wallet I got at Tractor Supply. It was like $30. It's RFID blocking, holds all my cards, things like that. I switched from the Zippo to a clipper lighter just because I smoke cigars. I don't smoke cigarettes. I quit smoking cigarettes, but I do still smoke cigars. And because of that, the Zippo still kind of dies a little bit faster than I would like it to with how frequently I do use it for cigars and other things. So I don't carry it as much. I love it, but it still runs out a little too much even with the butane torch. So I kind of went with the clipper because it is refillable. I think I'm just going to end up going back to a Bic lighter because then those never die. I usually end up losing it before they die on me. So clipper lighter, flashlight still the same, Streamlight, AA flashlight, running it with the CR123As. I didn't know that this is programmable for as long as I've had the flashlight. It's always been high, strobe, and low. I didn't know you could go through a 10-tap system and change it, so now I have it on just low and high. So it's a lot more functional for me, and yes, I did spray paint it green, because why not? It's mine. I did put some duct tape, camo duct tape around this, because I do tend to stick my flashlight in my mouth a little bit when I'm trying to do hands-free stuff, and the duct tape is just a little bit more cushion on my teeth. So that's why I have duct tape around that. Multi-tool, I believe this is in my last update, is the Signal. It's green, and I like it. It has all the functions I need it to. With the new system, is going to go in my left pocket. It's going to change how my left pocket carries. I ended up picking up a Viperade VE3 pouch, which is going to run my multi-tool, small little medical kit, and the lighter, along with the flashlight, still clipped to my pocket. I think I'm going to end up going back to my OG green Skeletal just because it's a little bit lighter, and I'll carry this in my bag. Because I do not carry a backup multi-tool in my bag because I have this big multi-tool on me. I usually carry a spare multi-tool in my truck. Speaking of that, I'm getting a new truck coming tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll go pick it up. But everything went through. I just have to go literally pick it up. But I usually carry a spare multi-tool in my vehicle or my truck or my Jeep or whatever it is. But I'm probably going to carry the Skeletal, and if I need something bigger, I can go to that. Or maybe that'll fit and it won't be too heavy in the pocket. I don't know. Keys are just the same. I'm not even going to... It's a Gerber Shard, Victorinox, and a little O-Light keychain flashlight. That's all that's on there. The knife situation has been interesting. When I mean interesting, I've decided that I can find some pretty cool older knives on eBay. Well, I bought this. It's an older K-bar in green. And I bought it off the guy, and in the description he said it had no, yes it is oily, it had no blade wiggle at all. Well, when you put pressure on the blade, the lock fails, and I'm only putting pressure here. If you notice, the lock fails. And even if, in case you guys are wondering, hear how hard I just snapped that? No, it's not gonna. Yeah, that's why. Look what happened to the lock. That's why it goes all the way over if I snap it that hard. And now I'm going to need pliers or something to disengage that. So the lock system is all kinds of screwed up on this one. I did buy it used. He ended up refunding me without even wanting the knife back because I explained the issue, so I think he knew what was wrong with it and still sold it anyway, because he specifically did state that it had no blade wobble. But as you can see, look what happened to the lock. It's all the way over now. I don't think I'm going to be able to disengage that out here in the cold. I'm going to have to take it in now and use pliers to disengage it, so I'm just going to set that down. So the lock is all kinds of screwed up. As you can see, I was hitting it off the table and it didn't fail, but that's because the lock went all the way over, causing it to not be able to close now. So it's either dangerous, it's going to close on you, or it's not going to close on you. There's no happy medium with that particular knife. So I was very upset. Found another one, which was actually, ironically, the guy was only an hour from me, but he still shipped it via eBay. It's the same knife. That's not the same knife. Same knife, a little bit newer, and this one does not have those issues. I mean, the lockup is perfect. I can Spidey flick it out, and I'm not going to bang it off the table because I already started screwing up the table. But she does not have those issues. So this is going to be probably my primary carry, because doing the stuff I do outdoors and shooting and fishing and stuff like that, I find a lot of the time I need to be able to open and close my knife with one hand. The Recon one, it's just a little too big for my baby hands to be able to close one-handed. That goes with most lockbacks. I can open it one-handed, but I have a hard time closing it, and that goes for this knife too. They made automatic knives legal to carry in Pennsylvania as of January 2nd or the 5th. One of the two. I've heard conflicting, but either way, it's January 8th. They are legal to carry. To close this one-handed, I have to press the button, put it on against my leg, but as you can see, that's what happened. It got caught in my sleeve. Hopefully I didn't cut that, because this is my favorite hoodie. But I have to put it against my body and then close it, and that's the motion I do. That was kind of weird, but that's the motion I have to do to close the knife. So unfortunately, the Kalashnikov, the Boker Kalashnikov, I got this off DLT Trading, and it was like $25 actually. It was on sale for whatever reason. This is the AUS-8 version, I believe. Yep, this is the AUS-8 version, but it was the green with black blade, which has been my theme lately. But for me, it's a two-handed closing knife most of the time, unless I have my sleeves rolled up. So this is my around-the-house carry, and when I do go up to my in-laws, we do go to New York State quite a bit, because they live right on the border, so if you need anything, you have to go to New York State. And, well, I don't think automatic knives are legal in New York State, so I try to avoid carrying things that I'll forget about in my car on my person, and then we get into New York and something were to happen, and then I get caught with it, and then I try and follow the law as much as I can. But so it's kind of a novelty for me, because it's not a one-hand closing knife, at least not for me. It's not with my baby hands. But because of that, I kind of just carry it around the house. It's a great knife. I love it. I was even considering getting the XXL version, but I think that's just going to be a little too big for EDC carry. I haven't quite decided yet if I want to grab it. The other knife I did get off eBay because I saw the colors. I liked it. Doing stuff outdoors like I do, I am a fan of John Deere tractors and the brand John Deere, not as of lately, but the older stuff. Tractor Supply started carrying this knife, which I think is supposed to go with the theme of it. Even if it wasn't John Deere, I do like the colors. Yellow and green I think is very attractive. This is, I think it's $20 at Tractor Supply. I can't find it locally, so I ended up getting it off eBay. Guy was selling them in a lot, and I said, hey, with two of these and a couple DeWalt knives, which I wasn't interested in the DeWalt knives. I said, hey, can I just buy this for $20? And he said, yeah, sure. So we worked out a deal and I ended up getting it. I love it. It has one of the best actions I've ever dealt with an Axis lock. It's, in my opinion, just as smooth as my Benchmade Griptilian, if not a little bit smoother. The thumb studs, the Axis lock studs, whatever these are called, the lock studs here, do stick out a lot more than Benchmade, but I actually kind of like that. It's very easy to open and close one-handed. The screws are recessed in the pocket clip so it doesn't get snagged, but the handle is very rubbery, so it's a little bit, irritating getting in and out of the pocket, just like the Recon 1 is. But you can Spidey flick it, or reverse flick it. But I like it a lot. I think it's a very awesome knife. This is what's going to be my backup in my truck. Firearm-wise, it is, Glock 19 Gen 5 green. Everything is stock on this. I do plan on throwing a TLR 7A Flex on it with a I think We the People holsters, which I'm not a big fan of We the People, especially after my belt broke. But I think I'm going to end up getting one of those just because it's one of the cheaper holsters that fits the light and firearm combo. So, but with this new truck payment, money's a little bit tight right now, so that's going to have to wait because the light itself is $130, the holster's $45. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. It's cold out here. But this has been, only carried for a few days, but I really am liking this. I think it's going to be one of my mainstays. I've been looking for kind of the perfect pocket knife, and I don't like that it's tipped down, but I am going to roll my sleeves up just because it's irritating doing this. I don't like my sleeves rolled down. I've never liked long sleeves. But anyways, that's just a personal rant. I feel confined. It's weird. When I pull it out of my pocket, with it tipped down, you can just grab it. It's right here. But as I'm pulling this out of my pocket, if it's tipped down, I usually grab my knife like this, come up, and it's already there. So I don't get the whole thing with the tip down, tip up stuff. It works fine either way. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not going to cry about the way a clip's oriented. It's a knife, This cut's just as good as any of the expensive knives I have. I like it a lot. I think this is going to be one of my permanent pocket knives. I'm very hard on my stuff. I use them for things I shouldn't be. Like up at my father-in-law's, we were shooting some very old 22s, and the casings would get stuck. So I would carry my Griptilian up there, my Benchmade Griptilian, and was using that to pry out the stuck casings in the 22, which I understand you're not supposed to do things like that with your knives, but it's a tool. I know you need the right tool for the right job. They're my knives, it is what it is. It's because I'm so used to going for my knife for everything like that. I did that before I really got into knives and really understood the capability of the tool, and I was using them to pry things open, and it's not an excuse to misuse a tool, but it's the point of it's the most easily accessible to me, and it's the most natural feeling out of anything else. I can one-hand it, and that's why I want something I can use one hand, like at the range, hanging up targets where we go, the staples for my staple gun don't go all the way through the cardboard targets, because at 100 yards I put these huge cardboard targets up. That way when I'm sighting something in, if I'm a foot low or high, I know I'm still on the target. I'm not guessing. But the staples don't go all the way through into the wood, so I duct tape it up, which, hey, redneck ingenuity, it works, believe it or not. So being able to hold the target, and I need to pull out a pocket knife, cut the duct tape, be able to put it back in my pocket, or if I can't do that, what I'm doing is just stabbing it into the wood, and that's not the best. So that's why I've really been needing something one-handed lately, or holding that 22, trying to get that casing out. I need a one-handed knife. But that's pretty much it, guys. The big reason why I want to carry the multi-tool in my pocket is because that spot on my hip, I want to be able to run an extra mag, because I'm really bad about carrying a spare mag. I have a really hard time comfortably carrying a spare mag, because when I first started carrying, I carried just the firearm and usually an extra mag in my bag, which I do. I carry 3 mags in my bag. I carry 2 Glock 19 mags, and then I carry a 19X mag, which I found a spacer for at my local gun shop that makes it kind of fit a little more uniform, and I even spray painted the 19X mag to be green. Because I've been finding, like this, you can spray paint whatever the hell you want to make it whatever the color you want, and I like the wear it gets. So I've been spray painting a lot of dumb shit. But I'm really bad about not carrying a spare mag. My neighbor, who's a really good friend of mine, is really on my ass about carrying a spare mag, because the dude has a Batman utility belt, and if he's watching this, he knows who I'm talking about. The dude carries a flashlight, extra mag, outside the waistband holster, multi-tool, on his belt, and I just can't do it. Even when I was working for law enforcement, I hated wearing all that shit on my belt. I did that at work. I don't want to come home and have to have a cop belt too, so it's a little bit tedious. But that's it, guys. I'm really happy that we were able to be, free and do what we were supposed to do as free men, which is carry automatic knives. I am psyched for that. A buddy of mine, a different buddy, got me a Cobra Tech out the front knife. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't carry it for anything serious just because it has a lot of play in it, because it's cheaper OTF. But it was cool. Oh, I did forget one thing on my boot. I tell you what, I started wearing slip-on cowboy boots, and not because I wanted to look cool, just because they're comfortable. I don't think I'll ever wear anything else. In my boot, though, I do carry this as a backup. It's been getting a lot of use, and dirt and grime and whatever else, you know, I'd step in. But I carry that on the side. That's my boot knife. It's very lightweight, very thin. It's right up against it. I don't even notice it's there. I actually took it off the other day because I had to renew my concealed carry permit. And going in to get it, I had to take off my everything and going to... It wasn't quite the courthouse, but it was like this licensing center the courthouse set up for COVID. It was really stupid. But anyways, I forgot I had that on me, and as I was walking in, I was like, oh shit, I have to go back to the truck. So, but anyways, guys, I know I keep rambling on, but I like talking to you guys. And I can't wait to hear some of your feedback on what you think. I was really disappointed in that K-bar knife, but I think it was a quality control issue. You can't get them anymore, but I'm still going to carry it because it's a tool. I don't believe in owning shit you don't carry and use. But other than that, guys, you know, I'm going to try and make some more videos. I might come out and film another video of what my wife carries, because she actually carries an assortment of pocket knives, and she doesn't carry anything like I do. Her knives are usually gas station knives, because to her, they're pretty. So that's what she usually carries. You know, obviously the stuff I carry is really pretty too, but it's not gas station quality, but that's what she likes to carry. She won't listen to me. But bet y'all know how that goes. But it still matters to me that she carries something. It's better than nothing, and that's how I feel, because she didn't carry a knife before she met me, but now she carries actually the exact same flashlight. Hers is all kinds of weirdly camoed up and stuff, and we really see that. But alright, guys, take it easy. You know how it goes. Stay bladed, stay pewed. Most importantly, stay free.